I was telling my new friends, it's like the gods were against me the entire time I was on the cruise. So much for a relaxing trip home. More like a cruise of death. They're just begging for the nastiest review on cruisecritic.com. And I might just give it to them. At first, it seemed pretty sweet. We had to make an emergency pit stop in Monaco due to some murderous winds. My boys and I were welcomed the chance to make it rain in the casinos at Monte Carlo that night. But really, we were killing the slots and poker tables. We could barely keep our pants up with how heavy our pockets were. I mean, my poker face is the best in the biz, but that's where the trouble really started. My guys just wouldn't stop winning, and that ruffled the wrong feathers. The feathers with guns and connections, and even larger guns. Fearing I would get a personal lesson on organized crime, I urged them to get back on the cruise liner, but those idiots would not listen to me. But oh, I felt absolutely awful. But even when the rest of my guys and I escaped the same fate, it seemed the ocean was a bathtub inhabited by a fussy 2-year-old. Oh, Telemachus. Once again, then the cruise liner had to make another emergency stop after we had reached the Caribbean, this time at the beautiful, carefree island of Jamaica. No worries, Mom. Yeah, right. Every little thing was definitely not all right. The rest of my guys seemed to be pretty brainwashed by the beautiful scenery, locals, and plant life, if you know what I mean. Those hedonistic, weak-willed jerks. It's like they completely forgot that I had a company to run back home. And an amazing wife to return to, of course. They almost caused us to miss that cruise that would take us back to the coast if I had not literally slapped some sense into them and dragged them kicking and screaming back to the ship. They probably would still be there if I hadn't. These guys really dragged down my vibe. Sometimes I forget why I even hired them. We finally made it to the final cruise dock in Manhattan, where we immediately decided to get a drink and calm our nerves. But we really chose the wrong bar. Luck just wasn't on our side. Sure, it was in a sketchier part of town, but at that point I thought we could just catch a break. But I knew something was up as soon as I sat down and saw a bronze bowl by the bar. The common eye would have simply overlooked it, but not all these old Hawkeyes. I recognized that with this blend of metals and engraving, it could only have originated in Greece circa 350 BC. Yeah, it might have been a little reckless when I decided to take a peek around to see what else I might find, and okay, maybe going down to the cellar was a bit intrusive. But I had to know what other archaeological treasures this place might have hiding for business purposes. Well, we found some treasures, but we also found that these treasures were part of an underground circuit of stolen artifacts. As I saw several artifacts that I had personally sold to the Museum of Natural History long ago. We were soon found by the owner, some lumbering oaf with an eye patch. He kept us hostage for some time, locking us down until his pea-sized brain had calculated what to do with us. I'm guessing he didn't care about my connections, or any authority, really. What a fool. But we made him pay for it. He honestly got what was coming to him, trying to skirt the law in my business. When he returned to the cellar, we took one of the statues he had stolen and knocked him out and bound him. When we found that the door was still locked from the outside, I cleverly devised a plan. I saw that there were some boxes ready to be shipped out, so I knew it was only a matter of time before someone would come to get them. My boys and I took the artifacts out of these large boxes and got inside. It wasn't too long before somebody came to retrieve him. They seemed to be a little confused as to where the other guy was, but they just went along with it. What dolts. Anyways, when they were least expecting it, we popped out with the statues and took revenge. Who said ancient history wasn't important? Oh yeah, Bill and Niles were shot, but the rest of us were free and on our way home.